Hello everyone. Today we'll be making this cute little business card holder that's in the shape of a wallet. You can put your business cards on the left hand side, and mine were done in the MDS, the My Digital Studio program, and they match my blog. Here are also a couple of other samples. This one is done in the chocolate chip with a chocolate chip corduroy button. And this is also done in the chocolate chip with the sweet pea paper. Same thing. Let's get started. You will need a 6x6 piece of cardstock and 2 pieces of designer paper that are 3.5 by 2 3/4. You can also add more embellishments on the back, but we're keeping it simple today. You'll need your paper cutter and scoring tool if you have it. I don't have it, so we are just going to use our bone folder. You first score at 3 inches. You go from bottom to top, and you just put your bone folder into the groove and push it up. Then you turn it and you score at 3 3/4, again bottom to top. Now we get to the tricky part. There we go. Then you turn it again and you score at 2 3/4, but this time you're going to just score from the bottom to the line. Just like that. So you have this little ridge. Then you'll be cutting this. And this part can be tricky. I've messed up many times. So, okay. So now you want to have it at 3 3/4. Bring your cutting blade all the way up. And you want to cut down to the second line of your little score marks. So it looks like this. And you'll fold that over, and that might help you so you don't get confused and chop it off. And then this little score line, you'll cut it off as well. And if you want to use a scissors, you can do that, or you can just use your cutting tool. This way you'll make sure that you don't cut off this little tab here. Then you'll set your big piece aside and use your leftover, and this you will cut to 2.5 or 2 inches, sorry, 2 inches, and then 1 1/8, and this will give you your little tab on your wallet part. Then you will score this at 1 1/2. And this is for your little tab on your wallet. Okay, now we're finished with the paper cutter. Okay, so when you have your piece, you want to make sure that the wider part is on the top and your smaller part is on the bottom. You'll be putting tape down here, but then you just fold it up and fold it in half, and that's the ultimate goal that you want it to be. Like I said, I've messed up many times, so you just have to play with it and make sure you don't put your tape on or cut off things that you don't want to cut off. Now I'll take a piece of red tape and just cut a little piece, and you want to put this on your little flap, that little tab that's folded in like that. Now a little trick for getting off the red tape that I've found always works: instead of trying to pick it off with your corner or using a tool, you just go from the center and pick it up. It works every time. After you take the tape off, you push this up and push down. I like to give this just a real tiny trim so that you can, it just gives it kind of a nice look, and then you don't have to worry about it showing on the other side. Your next step is taking your little tab, putting some adhesive, doesn't have to be the red tape, onto the flap so that it's folded down here. So this would be the top. And then center it and just press down. You'll next take your designer paper, and that's going to fit right over the top here. Oops, sorry. Right over the top. And I usually use glue stick on this because then it lays nice and flat, especially because this will get a lot of use. So I just use the glue stick and just set that over the top, and what that does is it gives a little bit more security for your little tab, and it hides it. And then you take a piece of the other cardstock, or designer paper, put that on the front. That's closed here. Again, you can add more designer paper if you like, but this is just the simple way to do it. Fold this over. Now I take my pokey tool and pad and just poke a little hole in the center for your brad. This time I'm just using a simple brown brad. Put that in. And when you put your brad in, you want to keep it so that it falls sideways if you can. And the reason for that is your Velcro will cover it. And I use just the little Velcro dots, and I actually just use a half of them. Cut them in half. Put the fuzzy side onto your tab over your brad, so that hides the brad. And then you'll take your other little side and just put it back on top of here, and that way everything will line up. Fold it over. Kind of lift it up a little bit, like that. And there's that part of it. For a little finishing off, you can just trim this or use a corner rounder, however you'd like. And then I just took a white gel pen and just added some stitching. You probably want to do this before you put the Velcro on. And there is your cute little wallet. Thanks for joining me, and have a great day.